And welcome back to another exciting episode of the Tapehead Massacre podcast. I am Caleb.
I'm Tyler.
I'm also Tyler.
There's two of us.
Oh shit, we're doubling down.
Oh, there's twinsies, dude. Yeah. Hey, what's up, you fucking scumbags? We're back. It's been 90 days. That's how I'm gonna treat our listeners. I'm just gonna fucking berate them.
We got suspended.
Yeah, we got suspended, dude. They didn't like my talk. You know what I mean?
Internal suspension.
I listen. All I said was, why can't we storm the Capitol? That's all I said. That's all I said. I didn't think it was that bad. You know. And then.
Tapehead Massacre podcast. I'm Alex Jones.
yeah. I'm
Joe Rogan.
I'm Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, guys? It's been a minute. I mean, it's literally been, I think, like over 90 days. Like.
Yeah, I think it's been 3 months. Well, okay, so
Yeah.
we recorded right before Friday the 13th.
Yeah, we should do some catch ups on that. I think.
Yeah.
That we should do a catch up on that. Wouldn't we do something else too?
I love ketchup, by the way.
I
Ketchup is the superior condiment.
honestly, I'm gonna fucking disagree with you really hard on that.
Are you gonna
because
say mustard?
I'm a mutard boy.
All right, so here's the thing: mustard is
I'm
selective.
a tard for mutard.
All right, I like that.
You don't
But-
you don't like mustard?
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Okay,
dude.
see, barbecue is a condiment, but like I feel like barbecue is a dipping sauce more.
Here's another thing I think about barbecue. Too many people are in the barbecue game. They got to get out of it. There's like a couple barbecues that are good, but like people got to stop like making their own small business barbecue.
There's a whole festival in Atlantic City based around
Barbecue?
Wildwood.
Wildwood barbecue?
Wildwood days.
Wildwood. Oh, those crazy Wildwood days.
Those crazy Wildwood days, dude. Well, listen, let's start here, guys, because it has been it's been 90 days. It's been the time it takes a job to figure out whether you're good or not.
Yeah,
That's how
our
long-
background check is cleared.
Yeah,
Fired.
that's how. Yeah, we're fired. That's how long we've been gone for, and I think probably a good jumping off point because I think the last episode we did was, to your point, Caleb, previous to Friday the 13th. I think we need to do a catch up if we can remember any of it.
I mean,
I will say this.
not to shit on it. It
Yeah.
wasn't that eventful, so I
It
don't think there's
wasn't.
going to be a lot to.
Well, in
not
fairness, Trox really brought the heat on that.
He
Shout
did.
out Trox. He's been making that guy's making money. He's actually been placing bets in Atlantic City on how many weekends in a row we won't record.
remember. So here we are.
That dude is filthy. He paid his whole mortgage off for the whole year based
Yeah,
on our
no,
bets
he really
on us.
did.
Listen,
Yeah.
I just want to say the event was well put together.
No,
It was
listen.
a very nice event.
Overall,
Very nice.
we
Very
had
nice.
a great time.
Yeah.
It
was
was
fun.
a good event.
It was fun.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just.
I was the only one on time.
Only one.
Me and Trox.
Chris is. This is.
I
true.
had no choice. Caleb was driving. I was backstage.
You were
dude.
at. You were at my beckoning call.
Me and
People working at the diner weren't very nice, I will say.
I didn't get to
No,
meet them.
the event was really well done. It just sucked because it rained.
Can
So
we-
like it didn't make the event
let's-
bad.
Let's give a framework of that event. So, give a framework. Like what?
Oh yeah.
So for people
I
who
was
don't
told
remember.
I was gonna forget chairs,
Yes,
and then I did
Forgot
forget
the
chairs.
chairs.
So then on the way there, I bought chairs.
you did buy chairs.
I bought.
That's what
chairs
actually made
at
us
Target.
late. That's what made us late. And then we got that liquid death lime,
Yeah, we got the liquid death severed lime, and
Which- which was really important.
Yeah.
Mango chainsaw?
the mango chainsaw.
Yeah, yeah. I will say that the area was fucking cool. Like I would
Oh, yeah.
love to buy like a little like
Oh, a
mini,
little cottage.
The
little
drive was cool.
cottage. The drive was cool, but even
They were cool as hell.
where the
Yeah, it
diner's
was.
at, like I can see why Friday the 13th was filmed there. Like especially that part of the scene. They probably saw that and were like, oh, that's fucking dope looking with the bridge.
I think they were, if I remember correctly, Sean Cunningham and them were like lost. They were just driving.
Oh no
They
way.
just came across.
That's even
those
cooler.
locations.
That makes a
I
lot of
think
sense.
Trox told me that, so shout out Trox.
Shout out Trox again,
Yeah,
second
shout
time.
out Trox for a lot of things. Honestly, just keeping
The
us
spirit.
keeping us in spirit and making sure that like we're doing what we should be doing,
Yeah,
which is this show.
that's true.
You know.
That's true. And but I will say I was the funniest part about it for me anyway was like I felt somewhat like an alcoholic at the event because I was the only one drinking.
I had to drive home.
You did have to drive
I had
home.
to drive home.
You did, but I think I bought like a. Did I buy like a 30? I bought like
I probably wouldn't put it past you.
I bought a 30 of Bud Light because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sip it. I'm gonna do something light because I got a whole day ahead of me.
Bud Light.
Bud Light, no pun intended. And yeah, I ended up being the only one drinking. I asked Trox. He was like, I'm straight edge, dude. I don't fucking drink. And I'm like, shit. Chris is like, I gotta drive. Caleb had to drive. And, you know, Goob can't drink. So,
Yeah,
Goob can't drink. I
Goob's
mean,
Goob's out the question.
yeah.
Was that girl you brought straight edge?
No, I think she had a beer.
Did she have a beer?
I think she might have had a beer.
No. She looked at me while I drank. That was about as close as it got.
She looked at me.
yeah. That
Never
was,
mind.
That was it. And then we got the visit. Well, so to kind of talk about the event. So Trox, obviously, as you guys I'm sure saw, did the whole interview thing about Michael's penis, Jason's penis, and I don't know if I think Myers won out for at least who everybody thought had the biggest dong. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Myers.
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody voted that route, and then
Yeah.
Always the quiet one.
always the quiet ones, dude. Always the quiet ones, and there was they had the little, what did they have in like the back corner that was going on? They had like a costume.
There was like
slash-
a marriage
Oh,
thing too. Like people were getting like their wedding vows renewed and stuff
That's right, they were.
by Jason. Yeah,
By
South Jersey
Jason.
Jason.
South Jersey Jason. Yeah, he was renewing vows, which is
Yeah, which is
wild.
sick.
So weird to think that.
I know.
Yeah, it is. It was, and then it just like stormed out of fucking nowhere.
We met Harry Manfredini.
We did
We
meet
did.
Harry Manfredini.
We met the Harry Manfredini.
Who
which was
has that
insane.
sign?
It's at
You-
my place.
that's what I
Yeah,
figured.
so
Yeah.
he signed it to us.
Did he
so
write the fucking?
He wrote
musical
the
note?
first 4 notes of the House soundtrack.
Which is pretty dope.
Because I got him to sign my Waxwork House 1 and 2
The one at you
LP.
right?
Yeah,
They
da-
got
Yeah,
fucked
Chris got like Chris was like defending it more than I was worried about it. He was
Well,
like,
you know,
fuck, man.
I only got.
I
b-
was
Yeah.
shocked. I'm like,
yeah.
wow, look what happened.
I
to
only-
Massacre.
and you know
I
what's
was
n-
just like, oh
and
shit.
Here's what's not fair about that. I only got blamed because I was the closest to it. And Chris realized that and pounced on it. And he was like, "How could you let that happen right now?" I'm like, I didn't put it there. I just happened to be closest. You
I was
know.
like, oh no.
It was a struggle. It was a struggle. But hey, you know, it's all good. Look at my fucking receding hairline. Jesus
You're
Christ.
doing great, kid.
I'm thriving. Well, and guys, welcome to my house. There's nothing on the walls. Like I said in the little story we posted on Instagram, don't fucking judge my house, dude. I just bought it. I don't have anything up. I haven't painted yet.
Yeah, so
I got a lot to do.
let's give
Yeah. Oh my God, spooky ghost.
there's a reason why we have been absent for a little while, as there has been in the past.
Yeah, it's not the
but-
first time.
Yeah, this is not the first time we've been absent. But Chris, you got a new job,
Yeah, I got a new job. Thank you.
and he's
welcome.
killing it.
He
He's
is.
doing great.
Yeah.
Tyler, you have bought this house.
I've bought this house. It is my grandparents' house. Shout out Esther, R.I.P. Herb Senior.
Shout out.
My dad, Herb Jr. I could have been Herb the Third.
Herb
I'm
the
really-
Third, dude.
Really fucking glad that didn't
I
happen.
think Mandy saved you from that.
Oh, she 100% saved me from that. Thanks, Mandy. Thanks, Mom. But yeah, this is my grandparents' house, built in 1923. It's an old place, man. You can see the radiator behind us shows its age,
yeah.
honestly, and it's painted, which it probably shouldn't be, but it's just releasing lead fumes because that's probably the last time this was painted. But
And also directly in front of us is the clock from Stranger Things.
it is actually, yeah. No,
Vecna is coming.
Vecna
baby.
is coming. Vecna's here, actually. This is where Vecna lives. This is Vecna's home from
Yeah.
Stranger Things. He
Oh,
lives
yeah,
here, dude.
this is it.
He's webbed up
He
somewhere
has a
upstairs.
ghost. We keep hearing him. Right?
Yeah. He's a sexual ghost.
He's
From
very
the sounds
sexual.
of it, he makes a lot of sexual noises.
Very sexual.
Man chocolate, baby, man chocolate. But
Mankini.
yeah, bought this house, so it's been busy. I moved in end of June, beginning of July, I think. So a lot of projects going in. So this is just the temporary setup too for anyone watching this or who is going to be viewing this. We actually have a little upstairs spot where some of these posters behind me that we have casually set up on the AC will be actually hung up and like properly framed and
Yeah,
posterized.
it's gonna be a sick ass room.
Yeah,
we're gonna
we're-
look like a legitimate podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's gonna
crazy.
be great. And then like we won't rely on Twitch for our streaming. We'll just actually be able to like upload
it.
YouTube videos, like full length episodes. I mean, we do that now, but it's like
It's
know,
just a lot
basically-
less pieces to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, more effective, more streamlined. The word streamlined, I think that's what we're going for.
Yeah.
It's the
No, I
buzzword.
agree. I think that's probably the way that we're going.
1,000%. And now,
Yeah.
and we're also doing this. We should also mention, we all got here. Well, I live here, so I've just showed
Yeah,
up.
he-
I just woke up, but
Yeah.
we're doing this early in the fucking morning, like 8 a.m. Now, granted, it's 9:30 because it took us a while to get up and rolling, but we're doing this early, guys. We're adults now. We're grown ups. We're big boys. We're big boys. And
Yeah, we're definitely big boys.
yeah.
And basically
I'm really giant. They always say, "Wow, Tyler's so tall."
Wow, Tyler is
Huge.
so
Yeah,
large.
anytime anybody just randomly sees you on the street, they're
Yeah.
like, you look shorter in the video. You're actually 6'5".
Yeah. They say I'm lanky. That's what they say. That's the word that they describe me with is lanky. Look at these arms, dude.
Look at him. Look at them arms.
Look at those hands. They're like, wow.
He could do so much with
I could
those
do so
hands.
much. I really do. I got like I got midget body going right now. Look at me, dude. My giant head and my fucking little limbs. God damn, it's the beard though. It's the beard.
Well, listen, before we get into our feature-length film, which is Return of the Living Dead, as all you know, let's talk about some stuff we have watched. There's been a lot of things that I've been saving. I mean, we've all hung out and seen each other and texted each other all the time, in this meantime of this little break. But, like, there's definitely been some stuff I've been holding back on talking about until, like, we
did this
recorded. Yeah. So I want to say the first thing, and this is Truck's first episode back, and I'm gonna have to shit on your parade here, but dude, that new Scream was bad.
I never saw it. Still haven't seen it.
HBO? Is it on HBO?
I think you said H2, and I thought you were confusing Halloween and Scream for a second.
Peacock? Maybe? Peacock? Paramount. It's on Paramount.
Oh, another P word.
Yeah, all the P's.
All the P's.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of biased because I don't really like the Scream franchise in general. So, like, that's just, like, one franchise that's just never really appealed to me.
Why?
I get the appeal of the movies.
Hey.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Like, why don't I like them?
Yeah. Is it too glitzy, too glamorous?
No, the first one was good. I like the first one.
Okay.
And I feel like if you put it up to the other franchises, right? Your Friday the 13th, your Nightmare on Elm Street, your Texas Chainsaw, Hellraiser, whatever. You go on the sploo of other franchises, right?
Yeah, the sploo.
The sploo. So, if you think about so there's either like a paranormal entity that keeps the killer alive. Most of the killers and slashers that we look at either die and it's a one and done, or there's some type of paranormal entity that keeps them going. Freddy's got, Dreamland, and he's kind of not real. It's a figment of your imagination that can be brought to life.
Yep.
Jason, that storyline has gone like 100 different ways from what
who
he
knows
is.
At this point.
He was alive and a boy at first, and then he went from that to being like resurrected from the dead with a lightning bolt, and then blown to pieces, and his heart was like demonic, and I don't know. So
same with Michael Myers. It's maybe Thorn Cult.
Halloween. That's another franchise I missed out on saying there.
Maybe Thorn Cult. I don't know.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like something that keeps them going. Where like this, like I think Scream was beating a dead horse, like that franchise personally, because you had your start, which was Matthew Lillard and
Nev Campbell,
Skeet Ulrich, yeah. And with those two, they died. Right? They're dead.
They're dead.
Like, for me, I get it. There's like copycats. You know what I mean? And like, I understand that can be a thing with like, there's been tons of copycats in real life for serial killers.
Yep.
So, I can't say that that's not a real thing. But how many are there? 6? This was the 6th one. This is the 5th one.
But they're coming out with a 6th.
They are.
Nev Campbell will not be in it apparently.
And it's not going to take place in Woodsboro.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're kind of going.
Well, I gave this one a chance. I really did, and I went into it like expecting like greatness.
Yeah.
Because it's been hyped up from so many people that have talked about it.
Sure.
And that being said, there was just like a lot of like tropes that were like overplayed. Okay, so the one thing that I will say that like the twist, it's a new movie, and I don't like to spoil new movies, so I'm not going to sit here and give the movie away.
Well, it's been out for like a year. I think you can give it away.
I think we're spoiled.
Okay, we can spoil.
Warning.
All right,
If you haven't seen
spoiler.
Scream 5 yet,
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
I haven't actually.
The twist was good.
fuck off, Tyler.
Tyler hasn't. Oh shit.
No, I haven't. Well, I mean, Scream, and kind of in the same way. Like, I don't hate Scream, but it's not. I don't necessarily go out of my way to watch any of the. I mean, beyond Scream 3, I don't really think I've went out of my way to watch the last 2. Scream 4, I caught like.
I don't think I've ever
years
seen Scream
later. 5 clearly.
You never saw Scream 4?
I don't think so. No.
I couldn't.
I know I've seen 1.
It's
I
been
know
so
I've
long.
seen 2.
So,
3 and 4 are debatable for me.
I'm a fan of. It's one of those rare franchises notoriously the worst
Okay.
Yeah.
of them. But Scream 1, obviously great. Scream 2,
Is that where Stab's introduced, or is that 3?
fantastic. Scream
Okay.
3, Scream 2, they go to see Stab in the beginning.
Okay.
That's
So
it. No.
good point, because that brings me to this is the 5th one, 4th one.
This is 5.
This is 5. So that trope, it being like meta and having like
Oh yeah.
this like whole. Okay, so
It's a universe within itself, almost.
Basically, what it did is it like replayed a lot of exactly what happened in the first one, and it just like went off of those like same tropes, and it was almost like playing a joke on a joke.
Oh,
Is
I
what
see
it kind of
you're
felt like to me,
Yeah.
and it felt like too forced. Like I felt like there was like more that they could have done in like a more okay, listen, I'm gonna give it this. The kills were fucking gnarly. The gore is brutal.
That's
Out of like, I think I'm debate. I don't know if I've seen 3. I
has
definitely
the
haven't
best
seen
kills.
4.
Yeah.
And like, but
Yeah.
I've seen 1 and 2. I know
It has
it's
the best.
definitely the best.
So did you see those directors made Ready or Not? Did you see that?
I did not.
So
I didn't see
their
that either.
directorial debut was Ready or Not with Samara Weaving,
Oh.
which is about a bride who joins this family, and there's kind of like this initiation game
Okay.
of hide and seek. Well, there's a bunch of games that they choose, but they play like this hide and seek, where if she survives the night, basically the whole family's out to kill her,
Okay.
and if she survives, she gets to be in the family.
Oh.
And it's brutal as hell.
Nice.
It's as crazy as can be, and those directors did Scream 5, and now they're doing
Scream 6.
Okay.
so I think it's funny though, because Scream is a parody. It's a parody
Yeah.
horror movie. The
Yeah.
whole point of Scream is to make fun of
Tropes.
the genre.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there is a point where I think it gets a little bit like there's only so many tropes.
Yeah.
So I think
A
Scream-
redundancy, if you will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think Scream 5 is difficult because you're in this weird phase where you're kind of introducing Scream to new audiences, people who have never maybe
Yeah.
seen the original 3 or the original 4.
True.
So I think you got to bring back legacy characters, which was great, bringing back Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette.
Yep.
But I think the main point of the movie was to introduce the new people. That way they can move forward with the franchise.
I see
You know
that.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
you do that, and I think that
Well-
every Scream movie forward is going to be, I think, better because they kind of had to reestablish. I think that's why they did the whole thing of
Well, how much was the gap between 5 and 4?
if you. I think so. If you actually notice on the Blu-ray of Scream, it doesn't say Scream 5. It's just Scream. So I think they're doing something with kind of
Yeah.
like a reset.
Well, because when the original Scream came out in '96, so you're talking
So Scream 4 was 2011, so you had a decade.
a decade separation. So yeah, for someone who's like, and they know their target audience. I mean, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old. Like they were fucking at the eldest 10 years old probably. So it's yeah, I get why they would want to make
'Cause
that
I will say to you, my least
redirect.
favorite part of Scream 5 is the end. Like when the reveal,
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, oh, we're just gonna redo the
Everything.
first movie again. And then the girl catches on fire by landing on the stove. Where
Yeah.
The lights, where it's lit. That was when the movie kind of went, and I was like, okay. But everything leading up to that, and especially the one death, which I'm not in the house.
Yeah.
After where the mom's on the way back,
Yep. Yeah, that was brutal.
brought a whole new level of like, it was kind of like the movie set a new standard of we're not playing around anymore. The kills
Yeah.
were
No, the kills were top notch. I mean, that was like my one compliment that I had towards the Netflix Texas Chainsaw.
oh yeah.
Was that like the kills were just fucking absolutely fucking nutty,
Oh yeah,
you know?
that was its saving grace. If there
It
was
really
one.
was. I
That
mean,
was
that's
the
what made it
only
watchable. Yeah.
Yeah.
But aside from Scream, for me, I've been watching a lot lately. Like I was just telling you guys before we went live, I've been watching a lot of Stallone action flicks. I have that Bombs, Babes, and Blockbusters of Canon Films, and it's got so much like cool shit in it. Bloodsport, Cobra, Masters of the Universe, like just like all those like cheesy ass action movies from the 80s. Missing in Action, Delta Force. Yeah, like so many good ones. And it's funny because I own a lot of those on tape.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool having like it's a DVD box set, which I'm like, you know, I think at this point now, I'm probably gonna get rid of all of my DVDs except my like collector's boxes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like you know I have like an Evil Dead like collector's box with like you know I forget who the releasing production is on it, but it's got like a poster, a comic. It's got like the
Oh,
yeah, it's got like everything, and I have all like I haven't even hung the poster up. I keep saying that I'm going to, and I just haven't. Which
I'm actually after the Necronomicon DVD.
oh really?
That they released. So they
Oh, the
released
like a
Oh, no way.
Evil Dead 1 and 2, and the case is
oh the book.
the Necronomicon.
Yeah, no, I've seen that one. For some reason, when you said that, I just thought of Necromantic, and I was like, oh yeah, cool.
It's packaged in Necromantic.
Yeah. But yeah. So then, aside from the action movies, I picked up some titles. I've been going heavy on the Blu-rays lately. Chris is to thanks for that.
Yeah, you guys have. Yeah, you guys are blue boys.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
definitely.
blue balls.
I'm getting all blue out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's I think at this point now with my tape collection, like I have what I want, and then like there's like things that there's things that I do want and that I don't have, but I'm being like selective. Whereas before I was just buying tapes of films I've never heard of before because it had like cool box art or something. Which I'm not saying that I won't do anymore, but more or less what I'm looking out for now is like specific titles from specific releases and production companies. Like I really want like a full complete set of like the Thriller video boxes from like Elvira and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, if anybody listening has those Thriller videotapes, shoot us a DM at Tapehead Massacre on Instagram.
But you've been pretty heavy on Mercari lately.
Oh well, the thing about Mercari is that they offer Afterpay. So
I did not know that.
yeah, that's like a new feature.
Is it like a layaway deal?
Damn, dude. That
it-
means I missed out because there was something on there I was looking at and it was expensive and I was like, I just can't pull the trigger.
Well, listen, I'm telling you. I mean, it's
Huh.
dangerous because they use this
Now
thing
you
called
know.
Zip, and Zip partners with eBay, Mercari.
Do you pay interest when you do that?
No interest.
So how are they making money?
They're making money probably as a partnership through the companies that they're hosting with. So it's like, hey, we'll pay you to like finance our shit or something.
Damn, I get
Plus,
Wow.
they're probably. I mean, I would imagine there's probably late fees.
Oh.
I haven't missed a payment, so
Sure.
they make money from that.
What's into 4?
4 payments bi-weekly.
Oh,
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Which flows with like.
damn, I can't believe I missed that. I don't know how.
Well, dude, I'm just telling you, man. Re-download
Halloween?
the app.
I have it.
Literally, yeah, just fucking go. I have, and like the dangerous thing about it is that you can like search something and then save the search,
Oh yeah.
and so like you type in like Vinegar Syndrome, right? And then anytime something from Vinegar Syndrome gets posted, so anyone selling it, it'll be like 2 new items from your saved search Vinegar Syndrome have been listed, and then you just go on there and instantly snag
Dude,
it.
Chris is so
Which is what I
heated.
did. That's how I found
like,
that those
shit.
like 4 Vinegar Syndrome. Well, they're not. Well, they are, but
What
like
is that partner label again?
it was Culture Shock,
Oh, cool.
and then the other one was Saturn's Core.
Yeah, Saturn.
Because I got Burglar from Hell, which I saw at VHS Fest in 2020. Fell in love with it. It's just such like a like it's something that like us 3 would have totally made as friends in the 90s
Oh,
with
sure,
like
sure.
our parents' handheld
The hand-
camcorder.
Yeah,
You know
from
what I mean?
Panasonic.
Like, it's so bad, but
Yeah.
it's so funny, and like the antagonist is like Frank the Tank, and
Oh,
the
no.
Bad Taste video guys did an episode on it, so go make sure you listen to that.
Yep.
Yeah, and then what else did I get? I got the other 3 titles except like Sinister, like, and it's not the Sinister that you guys probably know of. Like
Which
the
when you
mainstream-
posted it, that's exactly what I
yeah,
thought it
because
was at
it's
first.
not.
But then I had to reread it.
It's not Sinister. It's Tre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read it as
so-
Sinistre.
Yeah. Which
Sinistre?
I mean, I guess that would probably be like another enunciation of it.
Yeah. Was it like a foreign film?
It is Spanish. Yeah, it's English.
Sinistre.
But all four of those. So that was sold
That
as like a
sounded
shot on
legit.
video. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Sinistre.
I like that. Sinistre.
Yeah.
Start speaking in tongues.
Dude,
Yeah.
we just conjure a spirit from my haunted home.
unless after.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Before we started this, it was Caleb was putting in. What were you putting in? It was an address.
There's a web address.
The web
for a
address.
browser.
And I was like, view, VIEW, and then immediately he repeated it back and went, view, VEIW. But he spelled it. But the crazy thing is, you spelled it the right way. You just said it opposite.
Dude, that's dyslexia in full
Dude,
form,
it
bro.
wasn't. But then we had to
When
do
I
the.
spelled it the right way and enunciated it the wrong way.
I
Yeah.
wish if we had audio rolling of the 45 minutes that we were sitting
Oh.
there leading
All right,
up to hitting
so
the thing.
I
this
just hit a
is-
wall for my
that-
caffeine downtake. Like,
You bring up a good point,
Oh, shit.
and then we keep getting pressured via email from the different podcast platforms. So we're gonna make a subscription-based. It basically, you're talking about off-air content, right? Us just like rolling. That stuff will be a exclusive feature for subscribers. We've been talking about doing like
for a
subscription
year.
stuff.
Yeah.
And it just kind of fell flat because the ideas haven't really been like. But at this time, like, I'm also trying to thin the herd in my collection like immensely. So some of the subscription perks will be able to get like free tapes and DVDs or Blu-rays, and like, you know, anytime Chris buys a digital copy, he usually always like gives the codes away.
I
So,
got
like,
nothing to give away, guys. Sorry.
No,
You're getting-
Tyler
you-
gives away good fucking information.
I give great info. I'll just start cutting my pubes. I gotta shave my pubes later.
See, this is what I'm saying. If you want a bag of Tyler's pubes,
A little dime bag of my pubes.
Tyler
Yeah.
has a couple old TVs.
Yeah. If you guys want an old TV, I have, for some reason, I have 3 split VHS DVD players. So
yeah.
if you want one of
Got
them,
the
I can
combo. Honestly, that's probably.
I can give away one.
Yeah, there you go.
You have one built into the TV?
No, that'd be sick though. If I, did.
I still want one.
Yeah.
I literally.
I
every
got the
day
little
when I'm
TV with the
driving-
antennae
Yes, you do.
and the fucking. I got an
The
old
the
1970s
radiation
Scooby.
TV.
I got a 1970s Scooby Doo game. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
not giving away that. Fuck you all. I'm not. I'm keeping
Yeah,
that.
that's.
Yeah, sorry.
That's not up for grabs.
Yeah, that was just a little. That was a little teaser for you guys.
So what else? That's 2 of the 4 that you bought.
Yeah, and then the other one was. See, this is what I'm saying. This was like a shot-on video bundle that some dude was
Mm.
selling, and honestly, like, I would have probably spent like $80, which was the total like take-home price.
Yeah.
I probably would have spent that $80 just on that Burglar from Hell. Truth be told, because I really wanted it that bad.
Out of print.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially with the slip.
What's that?
Especially with the slip.
Yeah, and like I'm done buying blues without slips. Like,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get rid of a lot of my blues that don't have
It's
slips.
a fucking problem.
Yeah.
By the way, I do want to shout out.
I don't get that though, and you obviously have been in the blue market way longer than I have. What the fuck? Like, why do people just have loose slips all the time? Because when I'm scrolling Mercari and like eBay, mad people are just like,
I mean-
here's a lot of 30 slips.
You have people
Wow.
who, I mean, slipcovers, boutique labels pretty much made them what they are, which is kind of like its own market now for slipcovers.
Really?
Scream Factory did that because you were getting exclusive commissioned art. Arrow would do that. For a lot of people, it's a consistency thing.
Mm.
So some people don't like if 50% of the movies have slips, 50% don't. So there are people who are weird that just give away their slips. But also, if you don't care about them, there's somebody out there who's going to pay $2-3 per, because as a collector, they want that, and not
Sure.
even on boutique labels, on titles like. I just saw somebody selling the slip for the Black Phone, which just recently came out on Blu-ray.
Dude,
Wow.
I just
Like,
saw on Mercari somebody sold the 4K HD digital blue, like, I don't know, it's like the Walmart, probably like,
yeah, like the Walmart exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like they sold, but it like had like the disc and everything and
Yeah.
actually in it for like $400.
What?
I mean, some of them.
Is it selling out?
If you go back to older did secondary slips. So when they released Child's Play on Blu-ray,
Yeah.
they released it with an alternative slip. So you got the slip cover that came on it, and then there was another slip that was the good guy box.
Okay.
So it was the secondary art, right?
Sure.
So you got that with your purchase, and some people chose to use that slip, some people didn't. That was a slip that was really expensive. I have the one when I bought my original release of Candyman. I didn't have a slipcover. I didn't really care. But somebody on Facebook, I was buying something else from them, and they were like, "I have the Candyman alternative slip. If you want it, I'll give you like $5. I'll just toss it to you."
Huh.
So I bought. That was the only time I ever bought a slipcover.
Yeah.
Goes for $50-$60 on eBay.
Well, so that's like maybe that's something I'll instead of giving away like my non-slip covered blues, maybe I'll just look for right. I do know. So but like maybe like there's like I don't know. I'll probably just wind up buying like more from like boutique labels.
But it's also the thing with like comics in first editions and first prints. That's what slipcovers have become in boutique. So Vinegar Syndrome has limited edition with the slipcover, and then they don't get rid of the movie when it's done. They just become standard editions.
Okay.
Where there's no slip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it's become. And Vinegar Syndrome, it really depends on the company. Like Vinegar Syndrome has, in my opinion, the best slipcovers in the game.
Okay.
And now Severin has kind of copied them and started doing that slip style, the harder, thicker slipcover. Severin's now doing that. So I think whether or not you get the slip is some people is a big deal. To me, it's kind of like
I just like the artwork. That's like for me.
I think the feel.
It's the physical.
It feels complete.
It's the physicality of it all.
Yeah.
And
I get that.
The artwork, you have unique artwork.
Sure.
So.
Like I just got that Motel Hell steelbook, and it was like super fucking cool. I love steelbooks.
All those old Scream Factory stuff. I'm a completionist in my collection. It's a fucking problem. So Scream Factory is numbered, their spines.
Oh.
So Scream Factory has, I don't know, 100. Now with the 4K releases, they're up to mid 100. But like they just released Child's Play on 4K. Now you can get the Child's Play original Blu-ray from them for $20.
Okay.
Whereas with a slipcover.
It's stealing me Lucky Charms.
Like Motel Hell, I bet you it's only months before Motel Hell gets a 4K.
Yeah.
They just announced Return of the Living Dead 4K, which is one of the.
You're saying like not steelbook.
No, they're gonna do a standard.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it really depends because, for example, everybody's still paying huge money for the Sleepaway Camp trilogy that Scream Factory put out. Like with the slip, all three of them total people sell them for $400, $500, $600. I bet in a matter of a year they're gonna announce a 4K. It's gonna come with a slip. And the price of that other one, the value of that other one's just gonna.
Yeah,
You're talking about these are secondhand sales, not from
Scream Factory.
Scream Factory's pricing them.
So Scream Factory's releasing no secondhand sales. They're selling.
Okay.
So I'm saying Scream Factory is going back in their title.
Yeah.
Back in their catalog.
And just putting out 4K.
Putting out 4Ks.
Yeah.
They have. It's been a long time since they've released an original. The last like true original collector's edition Scream Factory release was Wes Craven's Cursed, which was I think right before the summer.
Yeah.
Now they've put out Child's Play 1, 2, and 3, which 2 and 3 were never released on Scream Factory, but they did that trilogy on 4K.
Okay.
And then they have Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Which they did a collector's edition Blu-ray for. Now they have that coming out in 4K. And then they also have Return of the Living Dead 4K coming out.
Yeah.
And the only one that I've seen that they haven't released before is they're doing a 4K of the Evil Dead remake. Fede Alvarez is from.
Oh, cool.
They're doing that.
Nice.
I think it's fucking
Well,
awesome.
here's a question to someone who doesn't collect hardly at all. How many do they release at once? Like, is there like a certain set number, or is it just for
Well,
like the releases?
If you had a company, you're not going to drop 4 or 5 things at one time. You want
Sure.
people to be able to. So they do different things. Child's Play had a bundle online. They actually had a couple different bundles. So they had a bundle for the first time in a long time. They did alternative slipcovers. So Child's Play 2 and 3 came with a secondary slip. It was an alternative cut art, newly commissioned art.
Yeah.
It's actually, if I remember correctly, don't hold me to it. I think it's the art that Fright Rags used on the shirts
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But there was a big package where you got a NECA figure and all this stuff. That was like
Okay.
$200.
Yeah.
And then they did their typical first release set, which was all 3 4Ks. You got 2 slips. You got like 5 posters and pins. That was like 150.
Okay.
Or you could just buy the trilogy, which was like I think $100 around that.
Okay.
But yeah, on that date they didn't release anything else. It was just Scream Factory. That was their drop.
No shit.
And people were getting them like a week early too.
Nice.
Like if you pre-ordered, people were getting them.
Which by the way, to get back to speaking of bundles, Caleb, you were gonna give me those 80 tapes, dude.
I have.
Where's your bundle of tapes, brother?
have-
Because I'm basically like a step behind because you guys went through your tape phase and then went into blues
I
and
didn't have a tape.
you did. That's true. You never did have a tape phase.
I
Yeah,
went
you were
right
always.
into collecting Blu-rays.
Yeah, you went right into it. That's true. Well, you had a phase from
I'm,
tape to
I'm
blue.
still there.
You're still there.
I'm just not.
But you've rounded out your collection. At
Yeah,
this point.
I've like I like there are titles that like I definitely still want, like I was saying. And then the
Yeah.
other thing too is I've been listening to a lot of Bad Taste video podcasts lately, and hearing like Grizz and Mike talk about their tape collection and like shit that they like get and stuff makes me want to like get a couple more titles that I don't have.
Sure.
I also just recently, if you saw,
Second yawn.
yep, if you saw on our
I've been
story yesterday, well, if you're listening to this when it comes out on Tuesday, I posted on our story on Saturday. I got an HDMI to RCA or AV, however you want to look at those cables, your red, white, and yellow cables, to HDMI, so I can actually watch my fucking tapes now in my bedroom.
Nice.
Because
On your up-to-date TV.
yeah, like
Yes.
I have a 4K ultra, ultra high def,
Ultra high def.
Samsung in my bedroom now, and I just couldn't watch tapes on it because it literally only takes HDMI.
Yeah.
So I had to
Okay.
get that little adapter, John, which was nice. And the first tape I wound up watching was Jerry Springer, Too Hot for TV, uncensored.
There you
Dude,
go.
Honestly, just like just great stuff.
Yeah.
Really. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely get you your fucking bundle of tapes.
Because I basically got this also brings me to what I haven't been watching, which is horror movies recently, because I live in this home that might have spirits, and
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not.
living in a horror movie.
I am living in a horror movie, so like I can only watch.
This room is painted blood red.
It is blood fucking red, which this color will go at
Little
some
known
point.
fact you guys can't see right off camera, but the same elevators from The Shining are next to us.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy actually. It's crazy. Yeah. There's a bartender somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean I can only watch horror movies here like at about from like this time till about 3 in the afternoon, because anything later I'm just kind of stuck with whatever I just watched,
Yeah.
and then it just bleeds into this house where I'm like, something's definitely gonna fucking
Something's happening.
dude. I just conjured something in this house.
What's the last thing you
Three.
watched?
The last thing I watched, funnily enough, was it just came out on Netflix, and I happened to see it. It was Sandra Oh from Grey's Anatomy. She was in a horror movie called Uma.
Uma,
right?
right?
Yeah, UMMA.
Uma Mao
yeah.
Mao.
Uma Mao Mao, Uma, which I think is like, I don't know if that's the
Uma is grandmother in German.
grandmother or I think it's mother though, because the whole movie's based around the fact that like her mother is haunting her.
Oh, okay.
But it's this whole dynamic of like a very, and I think it's somewhat cultural of whatever. Not even get into like the Asian culture, but like whatever
I was
she.
actually an expert on,
Yeah.
on the Asian.
No fucking knowledge.
Yeah, no, Jesus Christ.
Was that a ghost?
That was a ghost knocking. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. I can't
Can
fucking.
you hear me knocking?
I always feel like dude, that's literally my fucking life.
Yeah,
but
the blinds just start
they
opening.
just literally, and there's just somebody behind the fucking.
It's just dark outside.
Dude, can
all
I
of a
tell you a
sudden.
really funny story real quick? It has nothing to do with ghosts, but since I've moved here and my whole family lives like the road behind me. My Uncle Sam, shout out Uncle Sam, who will never listen to this, but he lives directly behind me. He had to come borrow in the basement these ramps to like basically jack up his truck to like work under it, and he got it one day. It was like a Monday. And I work from home, so I literally in the room over to this. I work right here. I have a desk set up, so like there's windows all around me, so a lot of natural light comes in.
Yeah.
I can see what's happening, so it just it gives me a little distraction from my ADD during the day when I'm working. Right, my man, he gets the ramps about 1 o'clock on a Monday, right around lunchtime for me. So I grab him. And he takes him home, and he's like, I'll be back later in the week, once I fix the truck. I'm like, hey, man, just come whenever. No big deal. You're right behind me. It's all good. So behind me on my desk, there's bay windows. So I like being there. It just kind of encapsulates the room real well. I'm on a Zoom meeting, right? I have my vice president on the Zoom. I have a couple other people from, executives from the company on the Zoom, and we're talking strategy for the Joe Biden, dude. Joe Biden is on that, and Kamala and Biden are on this meeting, and we're talking strategy for the business, right? I hear knock behind me. Mind you, it's like 3:30 the same day. 2.5 hours later, my Uncle Sam is at the window, no shirt. Mind you, everybody in the Zoom can see behind me. And he goes, yo, Ty, I dropped the ramps. I fixed the truck already. I dropped the ramps off, just fucking no shirt, dude. And everybody's like, Tyler, are you okay? I'm like, it's just my Uncle Sam. Don't worry about it.
It's just Uncle Sam. He wants you
Dude,
to take the ramps
Yeah,
back.
he wants you. Yeah. So he just literally dropped him off, but my door automatically locks out of the back where you would usually come in. So he couldn't get in. So he felt the need to knock on the window, scare the living fuck out of me with no shirt on, so all my bosses can see him in the fucking
dude,
background.
It would have been
dude.
great if he just had like a body hoisted over his shoulder. Hey, Ty, drop them rants off. I'm gonna need the cleaver later, though.
Yeah, dude. My fucking
Mind
uncle.
if I use your chest freezer?
Yeah. I'm actually
You have
starting.
that vat, right?
This is
still?
actually Texas Chainsaw happening right
Yeah.
here. Leatherface just comes up from the basement, dude, which is full of asbestos, by the way, and I gotta get that out. That's a whole different
listen,
story.
Tyler's gonna be in need of compensation for
That's-
Your
mesothelioma.
uncle was perfectly normal before he went down and got the right.
Dude, that's actually why
Yeah.
that's why this house is haunted, because I'm just infected with asbestos, so I'm starting to see
You're
shit.
hallucinating
I'm
from the mesothelioma.
Constant, dude, constant.
I've
But
been on like I told you guys, a 70s sleaze movie kick.
Yeah, Chris has been
dude.
on the sleazeball shit.
yeah, he's been on that real perv
I
stuff.
don't know why, dude. I'm such a sucker for like sleazy movies.
I love a sleaze movie. I love a good old sleazeball, and that's why I need to get into some sleazy Vinegar Syndrome titles.
Dude, all right, so let's talk for a second about Thriller. I showed you guys the trailer
Oh yes,
last week.
yes.
So, just to like paint a picture for you guys, Thriller is a 70s Swedish definition of sleaze movie where it was released theatrically under they call her One Eye. Thriller.
Yeah, I saw that was the
Oh.
option. Yeah.
Oh, one eye.
Oh, One
yeah,
Eye.
Oh One Eye.
Oh, one eye.
So basically, it's a story of this girl who was raped as a child and is a mute. And when she's older, she hitches a ride from this guy into town, and they kind of start dating. He ends up shooting her with heroin, and basically she becomes like a prostitute for him.
Yep.
When she scars one of the clients,
Yeah.
he comes in, cuts her eye out, and she decides to get revenge. And it's really odd because he gives her like free time. She earns free time where she could leave
Oh.
the facility.
Hmm.
So she like leaves the facility, gets trained in weaponry, gets trained in driving.
Badass.
Nice.
So the scenes of her working in the Thriller cut of this, they actually inserted, like they hired porn stars to actually shoot the positions. So it would
Oh,
be
wow.
like her in bed reacting, and then all of a sudden a close up of dick and balls penetrating.
What?
Straight
Yeah.
sleazy
Just up
shit.
close. Do you remember those on?
No, like 70s
Just like zoomed in,
zoomed in.
just full bush.
Yep, and then it would cut back to the actress, acting, and
Yeah.
then cut back in. There's one of anal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and
That's
that was
graphic.
some rell left shit back then.
and then the ending of the movie, when she's getting revenge, she kills everybody via shotgun. And,
Yep.
And it's all in slow motion, which is awesome. And then there's a 5-minute slow motion fight scene where she beats up 2 cops, 100% in slow motion, all the way until the end of the fight.
God
In
damn.
slow motion.
In slow mo.
Yeah, I definitely need to get that
And that's
copy.
Thriller by Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, there's a copy for sale on Mercari that I'm thinking about scooping.
No, there you go.
Deluxe.
Yeah, it's the big box.
But they call her One Eye.
Yeah,
If you can get that for like
I love that
$70
name.
easy.
I think that's what it was. It was around that.
I think I
Yeah.
paid like 67 for it.
Nice.
But yeah, that's basically what I've been watching. So
There you
fuck
go.
yeah.
There you go.
Well, let's do a fucking a little deep dive-a-roon into this week's film that we all collectively watched.
Maybe a quick recap because your boys, you got about 20 minutes left in the game here.
I think we can cover this film in about 20 minutes.
It's a pretty simple storyline.
It's a pretty simple storyline. It's a pretty easy to follow storyline. There's a lot of comedy to it. I think this is like, you have Zombie, Lucio Fulci's Zombie,
Sure.
which is the best zombie movie ever made. There's no question.
would you?
Oh,
Who gets Dawn of the Dead? You would think Zombie.
yeah.
I put them like they're the same.
Yeah.
This.
I mean, my favorite's Day of the Dead, to be quite honest with you. I mean,
Listen, I love the storyline of Day of the Dead, and I love the way that follows more.
Yeah.
The effects of Day of the Dead are Tom Savini's.
Yeah, it's peak. It's peak.
But
And I love the storyline too because it kind of gets like weirdly. I mean, well, they're all somewhat political in their own right.
Yeah.
But that one
Can
especially.
you tell me that Return of the Living Dead isn't political?
Dude, you know,
Yeah,
listen, it does get, you know, it does get a little, yeah, dude, it does get a little political, you know. It's talking about the Reagan era. You know, there's a lot of,
Yeah.
there's a lot of that in there.
There's a lot of. It's not just a look. It's a lifestyle.
So, yeah, what?
You know
Yeah,
what he says.
yeah, I think he does say that.
Yeah,
Why?
it's like the line in the cemetery.
If I'm not mistaken, and this is just going off of pure just watching it.
Suicide you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's
It's not
right.
just a look. It's a lifestyle.
It's not just a look. And by the way, dude, I mentioned it before we started airing. What is it with the 80s fascination of very aggro, masculine, angry characters all having this weird, like, Brooklyn, Bronx, New York accent going on?
Yeah.
Because Suicide, like, talks to me. He's like, I bust my ass for you guys. Like,
New York was like it was not scummy, but New York was kind of like the representation of
sure.
like
they called it
and-
Fear City.
Yeah, in the 70s.
Yeah,
like, if you
70s,
watch,
80s.
You know, Maniac and all
Basket
those movies,
Case.
It's New York
Yeah.
scum. That's
They
what
always,
it is.
and they point to Basket Case as being, like, what's cool about that film in particular is, like, the backdrop of New York City. That's, like, real scummy
Same with
Times Square.
Maniac.
Yeah. Maniac, same
is
thing.
like the quintessential New York
Was Chud in New
scum
York?
film.
Was Chud in New York? Or am I just imagining that? I mean,
I can't remember. I know it's in a city.
it's in a
Could be
city,
New
but
York, yeah.
it gives that, like, really dark,
But
graining.
yeah, New York was
yeah.
always like I think the roughneck,
Yep.
like rough city.
Yeah.
Why Jason, you know, that movie, Jason Takes a Boat. He ends up in Manhattan.
Oh, that's right. Jason Takes Manhattan. Yeah. That's true. What a weird one, dude. He just
That's
ends up
my
in New York.
favorite.
Which actually, now that you think about it, I mean, North Jersey to New York City, it's not like it's a far.
North Jersey's scummy too.
North. Oh, yeah, 1,000%,
yeah.
dude. 1,000%. Let's be honest. Sorry, any of our North. Our, yeah, it's fucking gotta get
That's
some
right.
I was just there
gabagool.
last night.
We have a bunch
Yeah.
of rednecks. So.
I was in Asbury
Yeah.
Park.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were. That's
I
true.
was up
That's
there
true. You were.
seeing,
You were the epitome of underclass hero.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. You were just a kid and life was a nightmare.
Yeah. Watching.
Yeah, look at that. Simple Plan reference.
A really simple plan.
Yeah.
Talk about Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, Return of the Living Dead.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we don't have ADD or
So
anything.
Linnea Quigley's.
Yeah, can I just say, so that Return of the Living Dead, there's two things that always stick out to me because this is one of those movies as a child that I grew up on, which is
Oh yeah.
for me. I mean, what was I totally today, Tyler? I think I said that in one episode. I'm very much of the mainstream. I don't usually do deep dives. I use this.
I like that.
I use this platform, this podcast, as a way to like do that. But Return of the Living Dead, I guess you could consider it mainstream, but it's not really. I don't think of it as one at all. But it's one of those movies as a kid. Somehow my sister and I stumbled on it on like a dollar bin at Walmart. They still have them. But remember when that was a big thing? You could just dumpster
Yeah.
dive. We found Return of the Living Dead, brought it home. We were 10 years old. And the opening shot is it's based on true events, which was a huge thing for a lot of horror movies. But clearly fictional. Me and my sister
Right.
bought into that immediately. Like everything after that was like, oh, that happened.
You're like,
Like-
there's a city in the U.S.
Yeah.
where a zombie outbreak occurred. And
Yeah.
You nuked it.
And he just did one of those fucking. The best part about it is Frank. It's Frank and Freddy, right? They're like the two main characters that it
Yep.
centers on. Freddy gets the job. He's in a group of punks who don't work, so they fully buy into that punk aesthetic. Like they don't work for the man, but Freddy gets his job, right?
Yeah, Freddy's gonna support all of them.
Yeah, and then Frank's like the he's gonna literally support.
Freddy knows where to park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Freddy knows where to party, and he's supporting it with the funds. But Frank is like your typical like cool older dude at work that you befriend, who's like he gets the job, but he knows how to cut corners and like
Wanna
he
see him?
yeah you want to see him, man. But I think if I'm not mistaken, Return of the Living Dead is Because I think, historically speaking, isn't it like one of the directors or producers splits from the original group that did Night of the Living Dead or something of the sort? I'm not like 100% positive with that. But I think Return of the, like, there was some like copyright ownership or some sort that happened like right after Night of the Living Dead where they split because, you know, Romero did his whole anthology of Dawn, you had Day of the Dead. But somebody in that group
kind of like
split off, and then the offshoot ended up being Return of the Living Dead. That was a very shitty way of describing that. But someone else is going to be able to put some actual information to that. But I read like 3 like sentences, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to take that and run with it. So, but yeah, Frank's like, you want to see the bodies because it's like the government fucked up and like delivered the zombies from what was Night of the Living Dead. What inspired Night of the Living Dead. And he does, but the best part about that whole film, dude, is when they go down to see the tanks with the fucking zombies. He does like a Fonzie slap.
Yeah.
He's like, ho! And he just like smacks the tank, and he's like, these things are fucking industrial grade military. Fonzie slap. Boom. Lets it loose, dude. That's my
fucking love that fucking sound, dude. The score for this fucking John, dude.
And they do the slow-mo of them just getting intoxicated by the fumes, which is actually a pretty cool slow down to the immediate part of that film.
Man, I kind of want to watch this movie again.
Well, it's been 2 weeks for me.
It's been 2 weeks.
Because we were supposed to do this 2 weeks ago.
Well, it's funny because I actually showed this. So when we originally said that this is what we were going to do for the comeback episode, I watched this with my bandmates, and it was both of their first times watching this.
Oh, no way.
And, like, they were just fucking having a ball with it because this is one of those movies. It's a party movie for sure. And, like, it just kicks off just, like, with great character development, showing the stiff in the fucking the walk-in freezer.
Yep. Old yellow man. Old jaundice.
Yeah, old jaundice. Old jaundice.
He's got that liver problem.
Yeah. Dude, and I love like his like walk when he comes out. He's just like
well, I mean, let's set it, right? So like Frank, I love Frank's character development because it's complete devolvement into just hysteria and panic cuz Frank at the beginning of the film is just this, like I said, he's the cool old dude that you work with at the job. He knows what to do, but he's having fun while he's doing it. Like he makes the work enjoyable because clearly, let's be honest, it's a fucking morgue. It's a morgue for dead bodies. You got a sawed off dog or dogs.
Yeah.
Split dogs. Yeah, I mean medical supply chain, right? What was it's a UNITA? Yeah, UNITA. Yeah, that's the name of the warehouse, and it's he's this cool dude, and then once he Fonzie slaps the material grade metal, he lets it loose, and then clearly everything becomes reanimated at that point.
Well,
not yet, because it takes some time. It takes some time. But I just speak. Rabbit weasels. Yeah, rabbit weasels, dude.
What the? Yeah.
Good old Ernie.
Weasels. He's like, what's in those bags?
Yeah.
Dude,
Rabbit weasels.
That's like probably one of my favorite characters in the whole.
Ernie.
Ernie is so funny, man, because he's just like this old Walkman with like, or probably cassette at that. Yeah.
Dude.
He's
got the gun, dude.
Gun,
yeah.
He's just like fucking sketched out.
You're just you're cool local Undertaker. Well, not Undertaker. He's like a fucking morguesman.
My favorite.
Morguesman.
Morguesman.
My favorite line is when they're about to burn the body, and he goes everything. What's he say? Everything but the. He goes, this is gonna burn everything, right, Burger? This is gonna burn everything, right?
Yeah.
And he goes everything but the ashes, and he goes, yeah, we don't even want the ashes. He's like, turn it up hotter, we'll burn those too.
yeah. Actually, my favorite part of that is when Frank and Freddy wake up from being knocked out from the fumes, and they clearly realize that they've effectively reanimated everything in the fucking building, and they're like tweaking out. And
oh god!
He's like, oh god! He's like, fuck this! We gotta get. He's like, do you want to? Frank's like, do you still want to keep this job? Like after he's like, they're still worried about like
employment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calms down and calls Bert.
Oh,
hey,
dude.
Bert, Frank. Hey,
yeah, Frank. It's Frank. Yeah, we got a little problem here. Yeah. And dude, and Bert's such like a fucking. I don't even know how to describe him, but he's just like your typical businessman. Like he's like I'm just trying to like fucking compress this problem.
Yeah,
like
get rid of
Yeah. No one's gonna know we just reanimated these fucking these
Yeah.
dogs, this fucking jaundice body in the freezer.
Dude.
Dude, and that's such a cool scene because we did just play it back before the episode or before we went live, where he's just Bert just lets Frank and Freddy's like, it's your fuck up. You're gonna let this body loose.
Yeah.
He's gonna stand right here, and when he comes out,
Yep.
hit him.
Yep. You gotta hit him. And that's so. And that what's great about that scene is the camera angles of. I mean, it's hilarious when I was gonna keep calling him Jaundice Man. Like they get the lock. They're saying the numbers. They unlock it, and he just runs out. Yeah, like straight armed right at Bert. Tackles Bert.
Well, the best is that suspense of like left 12 left.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like it's almost military like.
Yeah.
Like when you would go into like a war scene when they're shouting out like
Yeah.
numbers and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good.
Then you have, of course, Linnea Quigley famously dancing nude.
Yes.
First vagina I ever saw on film.
Very naked.
I was 10 years old, and
She's wearing a thing though.
Yeah,
Is
it's
she?
a prosthetic
no way.
vagine.
Yeah, she's wearing
Well,
like a
my 10-year-old brain was like, "That's for real.
I mean, yeah.
That's it, dude."
Erica hates so much that she's naked and runs into the mud.
That's
That's a
terrible.
UTI. That's a UTI waiting to happen.
Exactly, yeah.
Come on, guys. Think about the women anatomy here.
But we can't talk about Return of the Living Dead without
Jesus.
talking about the zombies constantly requesting more people to come.
Oh yeah,
send
more
more
cops.
cops.
Send more cops. Yeah, it's
Send
so
more
it is so on the
paramedics.
nose. Paramedics, send more.
Dude, when he says
paramedics.
paramedics, he like has like an uptick in his
Paramedics.
More paramedics.
Ah, dude, it's so funny. It's so funny.
Do you think? I just want to get you guys' opinion. If you were in control of this, would you just nuke the whole city like that, and then just go, "Great job, boys"?
I mean,
Good
I
job,
think
man.
that would
We
be a
killed the
tough time
threat.
explaining that to like the world.
Yeah, we just nuked an
We
entire
just
city.
nuked fucking Alloway, New Jersey.
Not to mention like the towns around it that are inevitably going to die
What-
from infection
and the
and
ba-
radiation.
Right, and the backdrop is it is a true city. It is a populated city. Oh, are you looking at that?
Tyler, did you drop an iron?
My grandmother dropped an iron, dude.
That is
Right there.
clearly an iron burnt into the carpet.
Dude, it's literally a mini iron.
No
Yeah.
question of what happened.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
100%.
not at all.
And you can feel it
Unless
too,
you
dude.
dropped like an anvil that was red hot, like right off the fucking
Dude,
press.
Wile E. Coyote came into my fucking living room, dude. I had to drop that anvil. Dude.
Oh my god.
But I mean, honestly, because you got to think about the city and the city backdrop. I mean, it is a true city. You can understand just by the backdrop alone, the buildings. There's clearly a pretty decent sized population. And you think of the smallest city, take Camden for instance. That's like considered a small city. There's still like 76,000 people there. Like
Yeah.
you just like annihilated almost 6 figures worth of individuals. Yeah, how do you explain that away?
Yeah,
Like,
you're just like, oh shit, one of our planes like
But
farted
think about-
in the sky.
but
and
th-
it,
and
like,
then-
it just happened to have a nuke.
then if you want to take it though, if you think about this this film came out in what, 84, 85?
83,
I think it's 84.
Is it
though.
84?
It's 84 or 85. It's one of those
84,
two. I'm
85,
like
80
99.9% positive.
8900.
8900, dude. 8900. 8900%. 85. See, yeah, there we
Fucking
go.
wow, I'm off.
Mid 80s. So you
Off
think
my
about it.
game.
If you think about the political landscape at the time, I mean, if I'm just thinking, if this were me, I'm like, Soviets did it, dude. Cold War.
Oh,
Soviets.
true.
Soviets bombed the city. It's the military. We're not
Blame
gonna know.
Canada, dude.
Blame our northern neighbors. No, I
What's that?
haven't. I haven't.
I love part 2.
Do you?
I love part 2.
Do you not?
You won't like part 3.
I love part 3.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched the whole trilogy.
Yeah, it's so good.
I've never seen.
Return of the Living Dead 4?
4 is fucking
Necropolis?
sick.
Jesus Christ, there's 4 of them?
It's like
Yeah, dude.
I
it's
didn't
like
know
like
that.
that's like a 2000s like
DVD.
yeah, straight to DVD like fucking poop shoot, but it's fun.
It's crazy how Return of the Living Dead turned into a franchise. I'm not a big fan of part 2.
I
No.
mean, I think it's funny. They brought back fucking
Yeah, they brought everybody back as different.
yeah, it's different characters. It was
Like,
weird.
They did the Evil
Hmm.
Dead thing.
Yeah, they did.
But I
But-
don't think it's as funny. Even the like after I watched Return of the Living Dead 2, all the bonus features, even everybody involved was like, I think yeah, we messed up here.
I actually
Nuh-uh.
should do that. I should
Wow.
get. I actually don't own a copy of Return on or Part 1 on Blu-ray or DVD. So I don't. I've been loving watching like the special features of shit lately, just like the behind the scenes.
Yeah, the
stuff.
backdrop. Yeah.
I have
sure.
part 2, but yeah, this is like one of those like you should definitely watch this as it's like a good part of like zombie history.
Yeah.
And you can have a great laugh with it. It's like a party movie, like you said, Chris. I mean, it's,
And you got Tarman, who's like
it's
such
an
a
iconic zombie, which is
Tattooed on
cool.
my leg.
tattooed on your leg. Yeah.
Yeah, like and I will soon have him tattooed on me.
There you go. We should all just get him.
Yeah, we should do it. Be a little tape head tat.
Little tape head tat brains.
By the way, if you get a tape head tat,
we'll
send us like a fucking thing, and we'll like I don't know.
honestly, if anybody gets tape head tat, I'll be like, damn, that's kind of funny.
I'm gonna definitely think it's funny, but I'll give you like movies and stuff.
Yeah, I'll give you my VCR
Yeah.
DVD split.
Subway, if you get
Eat
different
fresh.
sizes of Subway tattoos, they give you free food.
What?
Yeah, like if you get like a 12-inch Subway tattoo, you get free food for life. Free sandwiches for life.
I mean, I'll go do
Nuh-uh.
that right
Yeah,
now.
swear to God.
What? Dude, I'll get that right now, dude.
Yeah, swear to
I'll
God.
get the
Yeah,
I'll get
different
Italian
sizes.
BM. You tell me I can get an Italian BMT?
BMT.
Dude, that shit slaps.
So good.
Slaps. Dude. So people sleep on Subway. They really people shit on it.
Quiznos guy.
You're a quiz. Dude, remember the Quiznos commercial with the little fucking
baby?
the little fucking monster things?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? The little
You brought me
Quiznos?
back.
Dude, there was a while there during the pandemic where I would get really drunk and watch late 90s, early 2000s commercials on YouTube on like repeat. I'm telling you, you can go down like a rabbit hole of your youth.
See, this is what if you subscribe to our
Yeah.
additional bonus things,
can get
you'll be able to
high-quality
you'll be
shit
able to-
like this.
Yeah, high quality shit.
High quality H2O.
You'll be able to go on YouTube wormholes with Tyler as he watches 90s commercials.
You get a live stream.
Live stream all 1999 McDonald's commercials.
I will say, the last episode we were going to record was my first time at your house, and I asked you where last week.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
asked you where your trash can was, and you were like, "Oh, it's in that cupboard." And I opened a cupboard, and there was nothing but Bud Light and Truly things in there.
Well, I just drank the
It
night
was
before.
Overflowing.
Yeah, I had just drank the night before with the homie TJ. Shout out TJ.
Yo,
We-
shout out TJ.
We sat on my patio.
You
and
better fucking listen to this show.
dude, he did say
You're a childhood friend.
we drank. He's like, I've never listened to your show. I was like, check it out, dude. I was like,
You
it's
just fucking throw the beer in his face.
yeah, just how fucking
How
dare you?
dare you?
How
I've known
dare
you since I was fucking shitting my pants.
Dude, I literally though. But he was drinking Claws. I was drinking the light, and I got shown the light. You know, later that evening.
Showing the light.
Shown the light. But yeah, we drank till like like midnight, and we went to Wawa and got a bunch of food and ate. And then he left. I passed out immediately, and then I woke up to you guys, and then you saw my trash can.
I saw I got a text at 7 a.m. in the group chat. Caleb's like, "Yeah, I'm on my way," and Tyler's like, "I'm going to the deli."
Yeah, I had to
Yeah,
get some
I gotta
coffee.
get deli meat.
My first
Yeah.
thought was like, "What the fucking deli?
Yeah.
What deli's open?" Right
And then you saw it today.
Bud's
Yeah,
Market.
it's a
Good old Bud's Market.
Oh, did you go to Bud's Market?
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
went to
took him.
Bud's?
Yeah, I took him. Yeah,
Nice.
he rode with me.
That's a staple.
It's a
that's a
staple.
staple.
It is a staple.
Honestly, we should put shit for the show in Bud's. It's your cousin after all.
That's true.
So you
That's true.
honestly should just guilt him. Like,
Yeah.
buddy, you've never done anything for me ever in my life.
Except
So-
work and pay me for
Yeah.
a while when I was in college.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But if there's
Other than
anything
that-
you need to do, you need to fucking support my dream.
support my dream,
So,
dude.
and just like fucking have like a giant sign out front, home of the Tapehead
Dude,
Massacre
and
podcast.
they talk about
Oh,
the home of the Tapehead Massacre, dude. And you know what's fun? They actually talk about. Well, we haven't talked about thrifting. I've just been talking about it a lot lately. But
15.
thrifting.
Oh, thrifting.
Yeah, talking about
See, all right. So these are gonna be another like Tyler's thrifting Thursdays.
thrifting Thursdays with Tai Tai. But no, they do. I mean, he's got like an old 19 fucking like he's hit Quentin Buds, which we went to the Alloway one, but he has Quentin, and it's
yeah,
all
it's cool, man.
it's
They
themed after the
redecorated in there.
1940s and 50s. So he has like all his like
Abbott Costello like things
Yeah.
that'll play up on the TV.
yeah, and he's got like the old time TV that plays through it, and that's all it plays. And it'll play like 1940s swing music, 1950s doo
it's
wop.
sick. Yeah.
It's all themed. Yeah, and then like the papers, like his menus are actually like 1950s like papers. So and he'll do it like based on the date and like what was happening at the time.
wow.
Yeah, so he's like really involved with that
Yeah.
shit, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's
So maybe we should do like we're gonna do a Universal episode.
yeah,
That's
that'd be
gotta happen.
yeah. We
Universal
keep talking
Monsters.
about the Universal
We do.
Monsters and we haven't done it. Yeah, like
But
Wolfman.
let's get a final thought on
We talked about Return for all of 5 minutes,
which is fine. Which is fine. There's
The
nothing wrong with that.
5-minute
This
reviews.
is a recap, and we were talking about a very simplistic movie that doesn't really need a full episode.
Yeah, the storyline can be pretty much summed up in about 2 minutes.
Listen, go watch it. It's on
I will say,
fucking
I will say,
Prime.
the one thing I forgot when you talk about Ernie burning the body, I completely forgot. I thought the Fonzie slap to the tank is how they basically reanimated the entire
yeah.
city.
No, the rain happens.
I forgot that they
yeah.
burn the body. The fumes from the body's ashes just get shot into the sky, and then basically what's acid rain just comes down and reanimates all the
graveyard.
corpses. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have I got to shout out the cool scene of Trash's reanimation as a zombie and like her walking in the fog, like
So sick.
very sick. I also
like
how
her
do we not
kill
her kill's
she
great.
dies.
Yeah, she gets swarmed
like
by the
fucking
bodies.
Swarmed.
Also, how can we not talk about? We got to point out, I think, which is the coolest scene from a cinematography standpoint and just an understanding of the zombies. But when they capture and strap down the old lady zombie, who's basically
Oh, dude,
cut
she's
off.
like
Yeah,
talking pain.
yeah, and she's like, the only thing that feels good of the pain of dying is to eat live humans and brains specifically, and that's what stops it.
There's two moments in that movie that get really, and it's that and Frank's death when he decides to kill himself by climbing into the
Incinerator.
incinerator.
Yeah.
Like those are the two moments where it feels like all
This is a real movie.
is like gone
Off
and
the
you're
table,
just
yeah.
like-
I'm gonna hit you with the real shit.
and then it's over and you're like, fuck, damn.
Yeah, no. Well, that's the thing. This is definitely a quintessential zombie flick. You can watch this on Prime.
Factor is a 4K.
Scream Factor is a
Pre-order
4K.
right
And then Tyler, what would you give this out of? We've done bites before. We've done plenty of zombie movies. What would you give this
Brains.
out of 5 brains?
I mean, I fucking love this movie. It's just so much fun. I mean, that's like the best word to describe this movie is just fun. Like you
Yeah.
could watch this with the homies. It's entertaining on all levels, from a stupidity
Yeah.
standpoint, from a humor standpoint, from a kill standpoint. It has everything you want. I think it encapsulates what was great about 80s horror, that they were it was introspective and on the nose and making fun of itself a lot of the time. I give this 5 out of 5. I fucking love this movie so much. It's so much fun. I can watch it. I've watched it a million times and it's never not fun for me. Like the storyline's simplistic, but the characters are funny. It's constantly making fun of itself and the genre the entire time, and it does not lack for entertainment. 5 out of 5 brains for me.
Can I point out something?
Yeah.
I think that's your first 5 out of 5.
Oh, it is 1,000%. 1,000%. There's
We
other movies
reviewed-
we could review that I could probably do, but this is the first one we've reviewed that
I think that's Tyler's
I've done
first
5
out
out
of
of
5.
5. Yeah, I fucking love this film. It's so much fun. So much fun. Entertainment, value, true to roof.
Chris,
This to me is like the anarchy zombie movie. Yeah,
It
it's
is.
5 out of 5. There's no question.
It's
Fuck
the-
yeah.
It's a classic.
yeah,
is.
5 out of 5 for me, dude. This is a perfect movie in the Tapehead world.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we just collectively gave our first 5 of 5 all around table.
Look at us go.
That's fucking tight.
That
I
is
love
tight,
that.
dude.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna say. Listen up. I'm watching a lot of Jerry Springer, so here's the final thought. All right.
Final word.
What's it? Take care of each other and yourselves.
Yeah.
That's what he says at the
Take
end.
care of each other and yourself.
Take care, brush your hair. So, this Halloween, this October, we're gonna be doing some really cool stuff. It's gonna be interactive with you, the viewers. It's gonna be interactive with us and our friends. There's gonna be a lot of involvement. This is something that we've been wanting to do for a little while in terms of the show. So, I want to first start off by saying we are getting legitimate merchandise made for the fall. We'll have all that shit ready to go up on our store.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be back in the full swing of things now that we're all comfy and set up and we have a scheduled day and time that we can all work together.
Yep.
So I'm excited for Halloween. It's right around the corner. We're fucking sneaking up on September 1st, which means that we're 30 days out
Crazy.
from Halloween, basically. Well, 30 days out from October, yeah. The month of Halloween. So I will now ask you, the listener, to make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. That shit helps us out a ton. I say it every episode. It could sound corny. It could sound cheesy. You're probably driving right now if you've made it this far in the episode. Don't pull over and do this. And don't text and drive while you're doing this. Just remember, when you park, just hit that little 5-star or an honest review if you don't think we're worthy of the 5 stars that we just gave this film.
I can take it.
Yeah, it just you can give us an honest review.
I'm a
That's
grown
fine.
man.
I'll just delete it.
yeah.
We'll
I'll just-
feature it.
Yeah.
I'll just
Yeah.
pretend it never happened. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's bad, I'll
Ig-
delete it. If
ig-
it's great, we'll
post it
pin it.
on our
We'll pin it to the top.
Yeah, ignorance is
We'll
bliss.
post all bad reviews on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll block out your name.
We'll actually put it on our
So you
merch.
don't get the fame.
Yeah, we're gonna put all
But
bad
we're gonna
reviews.
Put all the bad reviews on the
Oh,
merch.
fuck.
That'd
we're
be
gonna
sick,
get-
actually.
No, but we're gonna get 1-star reviewed and then never recommended to anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
it
on
could be
the
a
algorithm.
it could be
don't fuck our algorithm.
yeah.
alright?
It could be a
Fuck.
bad play for us, but also
If you're listening and don't watch, check out our YouTube page, Tapehead Massacre Podcast. You can find us, across the interwebs on that. We stream live on Twitch. I kind of want to jank this idea from the Bad Taste Boys because I think it's smarter. I think it also helps with views. They're doing a once-a-month live stream. I think we should go to a once-a-month live stream. We will video the episodes, but I think once a month on a live stream for people to actually tune in and like come hang and live chat and Q&A and all that. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So I will have to fucking figure out what I'm about to say. Fucking hell.
yeah.
It's been a minute since we've done this, so bear with me to get my bones back.
We're a little rusty
I said
bones.
rate, review, subscribe. Hit us with the follow on Instagram. That's where we do most of our business. Tyler, where can they find you? Wow, I literally sound just like the Bad Taste guys. You can tell that I literally listen to them every day.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
Because that's literally verbatim what Mike says to Grizz.
Really?
All right, Tyler.
Yeah.
Would you like to give out your Instagram handle, yay or nay?
My personal
Yeah,
Instagram
if you
handle?
want to.
Sure. Fuck, I don't even know what it is.
I think it's like Green311. I love Bush.
the band.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
actually, I like both. So my handle green_T3112. Come find me. Come say what's up.
Come original.
Come original, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris,
got it.
where can they find you at?
So for movie collecting, it is Bearded Film Guy, and then also for my photography and stuff, that is Unheard Of with a 0.
Yes. And you can find the show at Tapehead Massacre. If you are interested in my endeavors outside of the podcast, I'm Caleb X Kerr. I post stuff from my band and movies and life and things. So if you're interested in doing that, you can go ahead. And my dog. Yeah, a lot of my dog. But yeah, give us a fucking week. We'll be back. Next week we're gonna talk a movie that we haven't decided yet, so we'll figure that one out.
I actually think we should post a couple and let someone pick for us.
I think it's a really good idea.
That's true.
We also have some guests coming on the show pretty soon. Director of Spookies and Street Trash, we have Frank Farrell will be on the show, to be announced with a date.
TBD.
TBD. We're working on a big guest right now. We'll see how that one goes.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that's it, guys. You guys have anything else to add?
No. That's it.
I mean, I was so tuned in. Too. I was like,
I know.
We
should have held that for like a whole minute just of silence,
Yeah,
and
they're
then just
making
went
a blockbuster
no.
movie, by the way,
They are.
or TV show.
I watched the
They're making a TV
documentary,
show.
which was really good.
Yeah, they're making a
based
TV
on the
show.
last Blockbuster?
Yeah, the whole last blockbuster.
They always gotta ruin everything.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
So, all right, guys. I'm Caleb.